Hi, and welcome to this introduction to the Bettermaker EQ542, which we see here occupying the middle two slots of a 500 series rack. EQ542 provides two bands of parametric EQ, plus low and high pass filters, with two channels that can be linked for stereo operation, or split for dual mono. The signal path is 100% analog and of the highest quality. But there's also a totally separate digital control system in the trademark Bettermaker style, which allows you to save and recall up to 400 internal presets, and which also allows for remote control via the front panel USB input, with a controller plugin available in all the usual formats that replicates the front panel controls of the hardware. This provides full recall of all your settings when you load a project, just like a plug-in EQ. And it also allows for full automation of all parameters.
It could be so simple, you know it. Go right out your way to really show me.
The controller plugin might also allow you to adjust settings without having to move from your ideal listening position. And if you plan to use the unit exclusively that way, you can choose the remote version instead, which has no front panel controls. Let's turn on band 1 with the EQ1 in button, and dial in a healthy boost with the gain control at the top right. The frequency control to the left sweeps right down to 45 Hz at the lower end of the scale, or up to 1 kHz at the upper end, or 999 Hz to be specific. The numeric display at the bottom allows you to set parameters with a precision more usually associated with digital processing. And the control knob is velocity sensitive, so I can spin it fast to make coarse changes, or turn it slowly for fine, accurate control. Likewise, the gain control. I can spin this right down to 15 dB of cut in an instant, or right up to 15 dB of boost. But I can still tune the gain in half dB increments when applying more than 10 dB of boost or cut, or fifths of a dB increments with less than 10 dB of cut or boost. We can also adjust the width of the band using the two buttons between the knobs, with 9 different settings available, ranging from a tight and surgical 0.2 octaves up to a gentle and sweet-sounding 3 octaves. Band 2 provides all the same controls, but this time the frequency ranges from 600 Hz right up to 15 kHz at the top of the scale, which is high enough to create a nice Baxandal-style air boost, with the bandwidth controlling how far down the spectrum this extends. In this case, however, I think a gentle boost at about 1K5 is more appropriate, which balances the gentle boost I've applied at 350 Hz with band 1. If we bypass the whole unit using the Engage button, we can hear that this rounds out the mix nicely and reduces the slightly mid-scooped sound of the raw mix. EQ542 also provides a very transparent high-pass filter, switchable in 4 increments from 30 Hz up to 240 Hz, or back to bypass again. The lowest setting is great for tightening up the sub-bass of a full mix. Likewise, we also have a low-pass filter, which will go right down to 3 kHz if required, again with a very gentle, smooth sound. Or this can be bypassed entirely if you want to preserve all the air at the top end. Currently, the left and right channels are linked, so our settings are identical for both channels. But if I press the channel button, I can unlink them, and this button now toggles the front panel controls between the left or the right channels. This allows you to EQ the left and right channels of a mix differently if required, or to process a pair of mono channels with completely different settings for each. And if you're using the plug-in controller, you can split the display to show the two channel settings simultaneously. A long press of the channel button will link the two channels again, and the left and right channels will once again share a single set of controls. If you want to save your settings, turn the presets dial at the bottom right to select the preset number you want to save to. Then press and hold the knob until the display reads no. Turn the dial to say yes instead, and press the knob again to confirm. To recall, select the preset number, then simply press the dial once. Alternatively, you can manage presets using the controller plugin, either saving them using your DAW's native preset management or via the preset manager at the bottom of the interface, which will save cross-platform DAW-independent Bettermaker preset files. EQ542 is equivalent to the parametric section from the rack mount EQ542P Mark II. Partnering it with the 502P Pultec style EQ recreates most of the functionality of the larger unit. If you add the C502V compressor as well, you have an extremely powerful and flexible analog mastering chain, with full digital recall throughout. And the convenient 500 series format makes it easy to take with you to other studios for tracking or mixing duties. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.